Very true. You see, past moment is a memory, only in the memory, and the future moment is in imagination. You have to imagine, visualize, and with your own imagination, you are likely to become panicked and anxious or any such thing. The past memory which is there, stored in the brain, so that can create again unpleasantness, stress, all these things. Whenever you are able to be in the present moment, there is nothing for you to be anxious also or to worry also, but because that's not a memory, nothing else has happened yet. It is there, simply whatever happening is not in your hands, spontaneously it's happening. So it enables you to remain quiet. Whenever you are quiet, you enjoy the best happiness. Always, if you have noticed, when your mind notices the world, the universe, everything, its own imaginations, either the past or future, then only it becomes stressful. When it doesn't notice anything, if it is in the present moment, then there is no stress. It enjoys the best happiness. That's how the deep sleep helps you to enjoy the best happiness, when there is nothing for you to visualize. The present moment gives you an idea, something that is enormous, a higher consciousness is taking care of this world, due to which this world is going on. So whether we see from sun, moon to anything that's happening surrounding us, we try our best, we try to influence people, but yet they do what they have to do. Like these things keep happening. You will see that a higher consciousness is handling the things. It is under its control. So it will be taken care. So thus you become quiet. Unnecessarily you are trying to go into a head-on collision with the universe that is going on. No, it's not like that. It's not a divine personality. That's why I have always said, this world is happening not according to divine wishes, but due to the divine. These two sentences give different meaning. Wishes means Clifford is sitting here and he wants Arun to ask a question, but he doesn't want Manju to ask a question. That is Clifford's wishes. That is the wishes. Babaji is here. Babaji has no such imagination whether Arun will ask a question, Manju will ask a question. Simply that has to go around whoever wants to ask a question. So, but due to Babaji, this session is happening, but not according to my wishes. That's a simple example I am trying to give of the divine personality when we talk of the higher consciousness. So that is how spontaneous thing also we spoke. Divine has not written everybody's story, ki, let this lady be very happy, let this lady be unhappy all the time. God has no such things. He doesn't need any of these things for his happiness. He is quiet and in himself. That's what, the day any one of you or all of you really become aware of divinity, you will be wonderstruck. All these years I was really mad. I was trying to analyze this supreme absoluteness, being a microspeck. That's what the Kupamundu, being in a small pond. I was trying that, I was thinking that I am measuring the space, I am measuring the ocean. That's what you realize, and that's how you will surrender. So we try to connect ourselves. Jokingly, I have given the example of a child getting connected to ice cream, but it has fever, cold, everything. The mom knows it shouldn't be having the ice cream, but it is adamant. I need to get the ice cream, only then I will be happy. Because that has connected itself to the ice cream. The happiness is not in the ice cream. It will have nothing to do.
People at the back.
So that is how people of this world get connected to themselves, to something. One gets connected to the mountain, another to the ocean, another to wife, another to husband, another to a brother, another to another thing, another to the friend. We get connected and we get affected. If anything happens, the same thing if we are not connected, the same for some another thing, if it happens, we don't get affected. Because we are not connected. We never imagined that to be ours. So that's what happens. That is the reason you are happy or unhappy. And God has not made you to be happy or unhappy. You connect yourself. Suddenly, if you imagine one of these cameras must belong to me, you become unhappy because that is not the truth. Both the cameras belong to Zen. That is the truth of scientific truth, that's what it is. But if you become unhappy, where is Zen at fault? Zen doesn't even know that you are unhappy. Probably. Means this is how in the society, in the world, in the human world particularly, things happen very often. You get connected and then you are unhappy. If you withdraw yourself from everything through the sadhana, spirituality and meditation and remembering God, you are talking, if you remember God by name also. So sincerely you remember, not simply by lip sympathy. That God understands. If we tell a Sanskrit shloka, God doesn't understand Sanskrita or any language unless your mind is not applied. So that's why you see God has never demanded that I need gold or silver or you should pour only milk on me and not water. He doesn't mind. You need to have your mind. Then if you pour one glass of water also is enough. Nothing also is enough. Just fold your hands enough. But if your mind, that's a demand. Then you get connected. Then your mind becomes quiet because God is also quiet. So then you have the real happiness. That's when you realize my happiness was not with this world. It needed to become quiet. That's why it was not happy. You realize that. God is in silence, total silence, but He can talk also. Everybody talking is He talking, is a mono actor. Through you also is talking, through me also is talking, through you is asking question, through me is answering question. This Advaita will come only when you achieve Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Before that you must not try. You will miserably fail and you are likely to misconnect yourself. So when somebody slaps, then you will complain, how come this person is slapping me? When somebody gives you $100, then you are happy, God has given me $100. But the thappad also was given by God. So it is not easy to understand like that one. But in origin, as it is, the divine is in silence. That's why you need to achieve silence of your mind. Then you get connected. The moment your mind becomes more silent, it starts going towards divinity. If it is not silent, it is extrovert and into imagination, it is away from the actual divinity. In imagination it might be there, but that needs to narrow down into silence. Even if you worship a form also, that will take you to the silence one day. When you totally become dumbfound with your deity, and in your consciousness accept that deity, there is nothing else, then there is nothing else and only that deity, then you will notice your consciousness would have become totally silent, because it has nothing to ask, nothing to give, nothing to pray, nothing to say anything. It is quiet there. Really not involved, actually. That involvement appears to you because you want somebody to love you. So then the mother's concept has come. And that mother unconditionally forgives the child. You don't even have to apologize to the mother. So that was how, initially in the Purana stories also, when the creation happened, it was getting engulfed by the Rudra fire. So then the sages, Sanaka, Sanandadi, Brahma, Vishnu, they all prayed to that fire to transform itself to Bhuvaneshwari, mother concept, so that the creation knowingly or unknowingly might be doing wrong things, mistakes, or the mother concept might forgive and take them on to the right path to merge with the divinity again. So that was how the story goes. But the divine itself never involved. Parabrahman, that is. A portion of the Parabrahman becomes mother concept, Brahma concept, Vishnu concept, Shiva concept, anything. So it cannot be the one thing same at all time. When it becomes all pervaded, it has no action or reaction at all. It becomes one with itself. The actual divinity, just like the space, is existing in itself. It simply exists in itself. It has not created anything, so it has nothing to get involved at all. So wherever you have an imagination, you have been created or somebody has been created. You want somebody who can show you affection or love in your language, the way that your consciousness can recognize. The divine is already in love with you and it is conveying in silence. But that silence you cannot understand. So that's why you want a mother concept. So when you imagine a mother concept, so you feel very peaceful and happy. There's somebody is there, oh mother, oh Ma Mary, like that. That's what happened. And that is not the actual divinity becoming a mother and trying to please one child. All are the mother's childs are there. And like this, we don't know how many creations might be there. It's a very mind-boggling to give a conclusive answer is very difficult. When you meditate, it gets stirred, the consciousness. All the things that are in the subconscious state that is brought up, and then it has to get evaporated or filtered to purify the consciousness. When you would have deeply meditated for such long time, so then strongly it will take out all the garbage that is in the mind. So you just need to have patience. Some more time if you continue, you will see that everything getting dissolved in itself and peace will descend. You'll get for a while it could be very pressurizing type of anxiousness or pain or anything. So you need to bear with it for some time, then it will be all right. Continue with the meditation if possible. See, he did not have any such spiritual experience or any such thing. He never had any spiritual trainings, but he had some inborn qualities which are recognized as spiritual qualities. Honesty and hang on to it, do or die. That type of determination was there. If I have to do it, I will do it. Only death can stop me from stop doing it. So that type of quality was there and he would get on with it. Any injustice he wouldn't tolerate and he did not know any fear at all. So these inborn qualities were all there. Like for example, he used to tell, once in his village, a magician type of person had come. He was threatening everyone, if you don't give me the money or whatever gifts I want, I can turn you into a tiger. You will eat up all your own people and you will run away to the forest. What will you do? Somehow Swamiji was not convinced, his young Satyaraju. He told his uncle, look, I will quickly get a rope and challenge him to convert me, transform me into a tiger. If at all he does, no, I will definitely know that you are my uncle, I will not do anything. Immediately tie me with the rope to the pillar so that I don't run away to the forest. That was all he told. So then I will be with you, and after some time I am sure still I will come back to become a human being. How long he can hold on to his magic powers. So that type of conviction was there with Swamiji, but he was not afraid. If at all he can make me a tiger, let it be. Let me challenge. So, but by the time when Swamiji challenged, that person got scared and everybody were trying to hit me, and that man ran away in fact. Swamiji said, he was galloping on the horseback time. He ran away, that was all. And nothing happened to Swamiji. I did not become any tiger at all. So like that nature was there, always conviction. So when we do not know what it is, suppose for example, somebody comes and tells you, hey, I am Shiva Valyogi, and he will draw, you do certain things, and you will be shaken for a while. What if Swamiji has come? I don't know. Should I respect him, not respect him? Should I reject him totally? At least you will be confused for a while, if not accepting it totally. But Swamiji belonged to that class. Even if it is Swamiji, let me talk to him. So, and he should come in front of me. Means he would have done that type of thing he taught us. So years later, that was convincing for us also. If at all it is you who is coming, come in front of me. Come on an animal, come on a buffalo, not on these human beings. In 94, I told Swamiji in the photo, I am not going to take this nonsense. True, like that he trained us also. Means, after all, death is going to happen, that is all. So that type of conviction qualities were there. That was really spiritual strength that he had from previous lives. That was in a Draksharamam. He used to go to pray sometimes. When he came back from his stepmother's place, because stepmother was dealing with opium business, that time he didn't like that one. This is all intoxicating thing. He refused because his father has promised to give Satyaraju as an adopted son to her, to the first wife. So he had gone to live there. But he comes back. Then he went to pray to that Shivlingam in the compound of the Bhimeshwara Kshetra. The main sanctum sanctorum is there. Also Swamiji used to tell he never liked to go to the sanctum sanctorum because the priests were quite discriminative to different castes and creed and all such things. That all humans should be one and equal. Whoever wanted, they should be able to go in front of him. Only some people can go in front of him, some should not go. What is this nonsense? He refused. I won't come to that place, Lord Shiva's place. My Lord Shiva is here. He will come here if he wants to bless me. So he had that type of conviction. You know what happens? Karma Yoga is when there is acceptance. If you understand this one word, acceptance, results to be. You put an effort, whatever you want to achieve, if you have a desire, is no problem. But the result when it comes, it is not in your hands. It may be according to your expectation or it may not be. Then if you have to accept. If you accept, you have peace. If you don't accept, your mind will go into brooding and you will not have peace. This is the truth that Sri Krishna tried to teach. That is what the Karma Yoga means. So if there is acceptance through karma also, even if you are active in this world also, you can keep your mind into yoga, in union with the divinity, ultimate truth. Meditation also, you do the same thing. So both you meditate and be active in the world together also can go. The both can be very helpful. Slowly, you will understand both. All the thing that simply I have to accept whatever results come, that's all. But till then, I will put an effort. Effort must not be stopped. This is what is the thing which can take you to yoga through both dhyana and karma. The dhyana will help you not to absorb any acquired habits of the mind as karmas. That's acceptance will enable you to be still. That is a glimpse of the enlightenment. Means a small macroscopic glimpse. For that you have to continue to remain in that state at all times. That's what the enlightenment means. At all times, effortlessly, that state should be there, that you have only the feeling of existence, but nothing else. So then both loses its effect. The space and the matter both loses its effect. There is neither this nor that. So such visualization will not happen. Till then, on and off, that such type of glimpse will be coming. That means it is taking you closer to that one, to the atmosphere of the moon going. So that type of things are happening. You continue in the same way, your sadhana, it will take you to a further enlightenment and will make you quiet. Guru will watch and he can understand and he will guide you the way that you need to go. So for this, precisely I will tell, there is no need for me to use any of my siddhis, enter your mind and understand. Simply by watching the outside and talking to you, that's how a yogi would employ. Talking to you, understand what is your temperament, your attitude. Thus only he can guide you towards the highest. Also that happens. A guru will definitely understand easily. That's also coming out of imagination, because when you would have forgotten about yourself, real self, and considered the physical body as yourself, the physical body has so many needs, urges, and missing this, missing that. If it is missing, so then this insecurity feeling happens to a person. So to overcome that, the mind needs to be subdued. The mind creates with an imagination of insecurity, which actually does not exist. There is no such insecurity that one has to feel. Yet, giving such an imagination, when you connect yourself with a certain thing of this world, then you feel the insecurity of losing that or having lost that, unable to get it back, any such thing. Such imaginations can make you feel insecure. And sometimes when such a thing happens, then everything surrounding you can give you insecurity. What if this happens? What if that happens? What anything else happens? What suddenly the body dies? This type of any experience happening can create insecurity. Only thorough spiritual exercises, being with the Guru, can clear such insecurity. Without bothering to mention of any such gurus, because you asked the question, here more than a yogi, as a scientist I will tell that nobody can read actually. It's all done through other means. The body languages, watching you, talking to you, and then talking to you, taking out from you only. Then again I tell the same thing to you. Very often these things are employed by human beings, and you are likely to get confused if you go in front of a guru. I have allowed everybody to easily approach me, and I don't behave anything tough or extraordinary, majestically, dramabaz, I don't do it. But many gurus do such things and they create confusion in you. In the confusion, you take out everything. And after some time, that guru will tell you as if he read the mind. Nobody knows what the mind is, nobody has seen it in naked eyes. So that's why I have told in my talks as a truth, all of you, individually, you all know your mind. Nobody else really can read. Why? Because the consciousness is stuck with the brain's reflections. Consciousness is stuck, the brain is active, it reflects as a visual effect or a thought process that is caught by the mind again, and mind registers, it becomes mind, the consciousness becomes mind. So thus the peculiar relationship of brain and mind happens. So the mind becomes a victim of brain's reflections, and it has made the brain to become active. So then it talks based on that only. So it cannot see any other consciousness till it doesn't become a self-realized. When it becomes self-realized, it doesn't get to see mind. It is not the mind that I have to see. I see the self, actual self, which is the same as it is here. So this is the truth. To know the mind of another person, that is not really worthwhile actually. You know the divinity, that which is the really worthwhile, after knowing which you don't have to know anything else. So we would like a devotee would express what the problem is, and if he expresses sincerely, we can guide. That's why it is told, don't tell a lie to the doctor, lawyer and guru. Then the guru can guide you properly. So these are all myths all over the world. It's there that you penetrate and know what the mind is. So you just meditate and know yourself. That is the worthwhile thing. That is the highest and supreme. Amba has some comments to say, if you give the microphone.
Every human being has this weakness. Everybody wants to know their past and future. And people, any guru, any master, any teacher, any magician, if they tell you that they can read your past or they can read your future, run away from them, first thing. Because what is the meaning if somebody can read your past? Past is over. What benefit you are going to get it? Huh? It's like you got a wound and somebody has come and scratched it. It will be more painful. So what about the future? Future, no one can change your future. No one on the earth can change anybody's future. So what is the meaning if you get to know about your future also? The efforts you are putting in the present, that also will be curtailed because you are in the worry that this is going to happen to me in the future. So what is the benefit any individual will get knowing the past or the future? So do efforts in the present so your future will be better. That's my understanding. It's absolutely waste of time. You know, there are gurus where thousands of people go every day to know their future. They say, they take out parchi. I know, Setu, your address. You have come from so and so place. There is so many people in your family, and you have come by particular car name. What is the meaning? What benefit you are getting if I tell you, is this worthwhile? Is this a knowledge which car you have come? Even if I predict anything, you met some person on the way, it's not intelligence, it's just a guesswork. Maybe to 2 people my guesswork will work, and maybe 10 people it doesn't work. But those 2 people, my guesswork has worked, get highlighted and advertised, and people get attracted. So it's just fooling. So I'll say it's better to see a magic show than going to those, fortune tellers. It's absolute waste. It's no meaning. It's just you are weakening your own mind. And spiritually, you're not gaining anything. Nothing. It's a waste of time and energy and money. People go and spend hundreds of dollars, hundreds of thousands of rupees going to those teachers. And the biggest thing is that you lose confidence in yourself. You lose confidence when you go to the fortune tellers. That means you have no confidence in yourself and in the divinity. That's why you are going to someone else to tell you what you should do.
On the lighter side, this reminds me of a joke in a Tamil magazine years ago that we read. There is one astrologer sitting, the parrot reader. He tells, one man comes and tells, can you tell me whether I am going to get this lottery or not? He tells, idiot, had I known, would I be sitting on the footpath here?
There was, I connect with myself. Long time back, there was this one teacher, he's kind of a huge thing in India. And people go and spend thousands of rupees, lakhs of rupees, just going and asking him to read through one book. Somebody told my father also. It's the time when I was coming to the ashram. My father went to that person, and I knew that why my father is going. My father wanted me to get married. He went there, paid 10,000 rupees for this puja, that puja, to get me married. I don't want to get married. That book could not able to do anything, or those pujas could not able to do anything, could not able to change my mind. So when my father came back, I said, you should have given me that money and I have put somewhere else. What's the meaning, spending 10,000, 20,000 rupees just going and asking him to perform a certain puja? So it can change my mind. No one on the earth can change other person's mind. We have to do that effort.
Indians would be familiar with these Nadi readers, Nadi books. See, if you ever had experienced the quiet and serenity, that is the divinity. Many people talk to us. For them, experience means something connected to this world must happen. That's beyond that. That experience of divinity is totally beyond, which cannot be comprehended, contemplated, understood. You have to experience to believe it. So that is the actual truth is, the clue is, whenever you have peace, that peace, when your mind is in the quietness, serenity, silence,